Greetings, everyone. Tarot from the Divine here. It's Sunday, June 29th, and I'm here with your weekly reading for the week of today through Saturday, July the 5th. So let's see what we've got going on for the collective. Now, this is just a collective read. Please remember to only take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate at all for you, then the message is not for you, but please stay and enjoy the reading. All right, so let's see here. What does the collective need to know for the coming week? What kind of situations are going to come up, people they're dealing with? Okay, so thoughts in the reverse. So not being able to think about something, or not wanting to think about something, or unable to, trying to get someone out of their head maybe. Wealthy man. Courthouse. Community and poverty. All right, so we are looking at distant past, recent past, present, immediate future, distant future. So let's see what we've got going on. What's going on with this thoughts in the reverse? Ah, threw that one just right on the floor over here. Just a moment while I grab it. Goodness sakes. There we go. All right, so it landed on the floor like this. Three of Swords in the reverse. And with thoughts in the reverse, Three of Swords in the upright indicates pain and suffering, possibly a betrayal. In the reverse, it means that things are starting to get better. Looking for a silver lining in a situation. What else? All right, we have the Lovers in the upright, so there could be a decision being made about a relationship. This isn't all about, typically it's about a relationship, but it can also be decisions. It's Gemini influence, and follow the wisdom of your heart. So there could be a decision about a relationship that someone possibly doesn't want to think about right now. The Moon. So intuition, something possibly hidden, emotions, or Moon is Pisces, which is a water sign. Listen to your messages from your unconscious. There could be something hidden emotionally, some type of a secret maybe, or just, deep emotions that you didn't realize you had. And that could be the reason that someone doesn't want to think about it, because they don't want to deal with their emotions. Then we have the Four of Cups in the reverse. Someone may feel that they missed an opportunity. They could feel that their stability and their structure is in upheaval, which would be, they're trying to make a decision regarding a relationship, but they don't want to think about it. They don't want to make this decision. Anything else on this one? So they feel that this opportunity could have been a missed opportunity in this relationship. What about this wealthy man? We have the Queen of Wands. And Wands is relationships, feelings, self-expression is the Queen's. And then the Wand suit is goals, creativity, and passions, which can be relationships. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's a feminine energy in a leadership position with this wealthy man. What about this Queen of Wands? Clarify that. Okay. So we have the King of Wands. So we have the King and Queen of Wands beneath this wealthy man. And now the King of Wands is about results and practicality. Could also be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Goals, creativity, and passion. This is a man of honor, is wise, has wisdom. Then we have the Queen of Cups. So we have two queens. And the Queen of Cups is emotions. She's loving, nurturing, mother-like, spiritual matters, emotions. So we have the Queen of Wands, which leadership, passionate. And then we have the Queen of Cups, who is loving and nurturing. So we have two queens and the king. So this could be the wealthy man having to make a decision regarding a relationship between two queens. And then we have the Hermit in the reverse, coming out of solitude, feeling alienated, analyzing a situation, having to live quietly for a time. So this wealthy man may have to live, or may have been, or is currently living quietly, alone, and having to make a decision between these two queens. Anything else on this one? Okay, what about this courthouse? Have the Two of Coins in the reverse. So in the upright, it could be a change of job or a new job, or the feeling of having to juggle between, this could be between two financial things. Perhaps this wealthy man is contributing to two households, and he has a feeling of juggling money and material possessions, career, partnerships, and balance. So he could have two partners with the two queens. One is relationships, and one is leadership. So this could be someone that they work with and someone at home. And they have a feeling they're having to juggle these, but in the reverse, they're having to make this decision. It's going back to that decision and balance. Things are not in balance. What else about this courthouse? What about this courthouse? Okay, we have the Page of Swords. Pages sometimes bring messages saying don't rush into anything. There could be contracts. Could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is about thoughts, communications, and logic. So there could be some sort of a communication from the courthouse. Don't rush into it. Don't make a rash decision. Stop and think things over. Get information necessary on this. Courthouse, we have the Seven of Coins on the split. So someone is approaching, they've been working hard and they're approaching a harvest of some sort, so possibly a financial gain of some sort. Maybe they've been working on a company or stocks, or they're looking to benefit financially or materially from something. And that could be fueling this courthouse and fueling the need to make a decision. And then at the base, at the bottom of the deck, is the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So that would be a recovery from a possible betrayal or a possible inability to move, being trapped. Okay. Flip that on the ground again. Okay, came up as the Six of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, an inability to move forward. Six of Swords in the upright is moving into calmer waters from a bad situation. This is inability to move. Thoughts, communication, and logic, which is why this person doesn't want to think. They're unable to think about it. They're unable to come up with, they're not able to make a decision, whether it's a financial decision or a decision between the queens. They just don't want to think about it. They'd rather just, they want everything to kind of go along as it has been. Why can't it just keep going? And I'll tell you why, because something's happening in the courts. And it could be that these two queens have found out about each other or something, but this person has to make a decision and they do not want to. They don't even want to think about it. So they may be, combative, or every time the subject comes up, they change the subject, or they just flat out say they don't want to think about it, they don't want to talk about it, and, kind of like an ostrich sticking its head in the sand. What about this community? Ooh. Judgment. There's a lot of pressure. There's a decision. look back with pleasure on this. The community is weighing in on this, and could be a past or second chances. Now this could be also under the courthouse decision from the courts, and you can't make a decision, you can't move until you receive the judgment. So the judgment might come through. Have the hanging dragon. Suspended activity. Yeah, so everything's on hold. And it could all come down to this person having to make a decision. They haven't made a decision. So, the courts don't wait forever, so they're just going to make the decision and make the judgment call. Ace of Swords, truth, success, new beginning. We've got the Ace of Coins in the reverse. So financial delays, this is community, going under the community. Financial delays, future security worries. So the community may not help. So whoever the community is, it could be friends, family members, it could be actually be community if you're looking for some type of aid. It doesn't look like that's going to come through. And then the Five of Swords in the reverse. There's still some conflict. It's not as much as in the upright, but there's still conflict, power struggles. Fives are instability or conflict or change. So yeah, there's a lot of unhappiness going on right now in this relationship, this situation. What else about this community? All right, we've got the Seven of Wands. Overwhelming problems. But the Seven of Wands is also, you see the problems coming, and there's a lot of them coming at this person, but they are at an advantage that they see them coming, and they're going to be able to fight them off. But a lot of it is, stuff that they've brought on themselves, and now they're backed into a corner, sort of. They have an advantage in the ability to see what's coming, but the issues are still there, and they're still having to fight it. And then we have the World, which is the ending of a cycle. So a new beginning is coming. Completion. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the Fate card. It's Jupiter, surrender to fate, or luck. And luck is on your side, or is on this person's side. And there will be opportunity, but it's not necessarily financial, or if there's opportunity, they're going to have to work for it. What about this poverty in the distant future? We've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So the Nine of Swords in the upright is someone who is filled with guilt, anxiety, worry. They're up nights. They're not getting any rest, and they probably show, that they're looking very tired. In the reverse, This could be someone seeking help. They see a light at the end of the tunnel. They are trying to put an end to this situation, but only after they hit this point. Back here, they don't want to think about it, you know. And if they continue to not want to think about it, this is what's going to transpire. Now, like I say, all of these cards can change if this person makes a decision. If they just get down to it and make a decision and stop avoiding, then, you know, all of this can change. And they can avoid a lot of pain. Then we have the Hierophant, learning lessons. So there's lessons to be learned from this. Whether this person will learn it or not depends on how they act and how they react. What else? What about this poverty? Okay, Justice. There is going to be a decision. Justice will be served, however, you know, based on decisions, balance, legal affairs. So something's going to be balanced out. Something's going to be balanced out, which could put someone into poverty. You know, they may have to pay something. There may be some sort of a, you know, they may have to sell something. They may have to get rid of assets. Or they may, you know, lose assets to whoever over here. And lack of action will allow the courts to make that decision. And the courts will do the justice. Whereas if this person would quit avoiding the situation and make the decision on their own, then, like I said, a lot of this can be avoided or changed. And we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Someone needs to do some mental healing. So they're in poverty, they need to do mental healing. There could be some type of a, this is, eights are action and accomplishment. It's thoughts, communication, and logic. So someone may need to see a therapist. Or, you know, check into a rehab of some sort. Then we have the Queen of Coins. Someone could be, coins is money, material possessions, career, or health. Queen is someone who wants to develop the work side of their life. So someone may want to, you know, start up a business of their own or something like that in their Queen energy. But they have some healing and they need to learn lessons first before they can do that. What else, Spirit? Anything? Okay. So we're going to go with the Yin and Yang Tarot, or Oracle. See if we can get any more insight. What about this? Thoughts in the reverse. Feminine energy, Yin, intuitive, nurturing, creative, wounded, insecure, victim. So this person not wanting to think, yeah, it's feminine energy. So it could be a female, could be a male thinking about the females. Remember, there is no gender in tarot. He could be she could be he. Just apply it where it fits. And then dream messages, telepathy, 5D communication, astral travel, spirit guides, and signs. So someone's trying to, they don't want to think about it, so they're hoping that something will come to them in a dream. What about this wealthy man? So they may be asking their spirit guides to help them, which there's nothing wrong with that. They're still going to have to make a decision, though. Okay. This was flipped out. I don't know for which place. It's union. Soulmate energy, decisions, a proposal, integration of yin and yang energies. But since it's under this wealthy man, and we have two queens beneath this wealthy man, union, this person needs to decide which one they're going to go with. Anything else on this, Spirit? Sun, strength, empowerment, heart chakra opening, compassion, happiness, truth revealed. So someone is hoping that their strength, they're relying on their strength to get them through. Truth revealed. So, yeah, the sun is going to shed light on the situation, which may help in the decision-making process. What about the courthouse? See. Okay, we've got fate. And fate came out over here too, the Wheel of Fortune. And then under the courthouse we have fate, karma, cycles, divine intervention, and divine detours. So if this person doesn't make a decision, the courthouse is going to make the decision for them, thereby making it their fate. This person's fate. Okay, what about community? External party, situations, karmic partner, friends, family, work, other people, and obligations. So that's why the community isn't going to be helping out, because there's a third party or external party. So the community is not going to assist this person because they don't want to make a decision. They want to continue to have, basically have their cake and eat it too. And the community is not going to stand for it. They're not going to help them until they make a decision. Keys on a ring, one night stand, many options, decisions, unconventional, string along. So, and the community sees this. You know, this person may be trying to hide it, and they don't want to think about it. They don't want to face it. But the community is like, dude, we see you. What about this poverty? Higher self. Not trusting their higher self, are they? Activation, higher self, integration, awakening, timeline shift. They don't want any part of that. They don't want to listen to their higher self. so they really don't want to think about this. They don't want to advance. We've got the Hierophant in here with lessons to learn. It's up to this person as to whether they want to learn the lessons. What else? Thoughts feeling trapped. Overthinking in their head, worries and fears. That goes right with this. So from beginning to end, they're in their head. They're trapped in their head. They can't get over, they know what to do. They know what decision to make. They just don't want to do it because it might put them in a bad light is the feeling that I'm getting. So let's do some ancestors. Let's do an ancestors card. It's the root of earth, inspired action. So, let's see what that's about. All right, root of earth. Do you really want it, or do you want to continue to woulda, coulda? You must take advantage of the opportunities that are presenting themselves. You are in the beginning stages of something great. Be careful not to overcommit to too many things and too many people. Plant your seeds and stay grounded. You are a good student. There may be education-related news. Root spirits are message bearers. Good financial news is also on the way. The root of earth is a reliable plant ancestor spirit. High John the Conqueror. Scientific name Ipomoea purga. He honors this physical world and is deeply connected to the earth and nature. The formerly enslaved man known as High John the Conqueror is a hero of many stories. Some say he was captured, African prince, and to others he was a captured African prince, and to others he was a trickster. One thing is certain, he always outwitted everyone. In hoodoo practice, his root brings power, luck, money, and protection. Root of earth is focused and loyal with a sense of humor. No matter what, this ancestral energy remains unbroken. To honor this energy, stop sitting on your ideas. Take the next step. And then the reversed aspect is stagnant, stale, and stuck. Distracted, bleh. That's the feeling. Sometimes we learn even more from failure than success. It is either time to try again or abandon ship. Only you know. This is the Page of Pentacles Tarot correspondence, and the declaration is good news follows me. So yeah, this person needs to make a decision, and they don't want to think about it. And so this is going to be their result. So I hope this helps someone for this coming week. Just keep this in mind. I want to thank you all for being here. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share with others. Share with your friends and family. Maybe this will resonate for you, resonate to you for them, resonate with you for them. And please share it. Share it anyway. You may not know what's going on in everyone's life, and this message may need to get to someone. Thank you again. And hey, until next time, have a great day.